Okay, so for today we're going to be talking about Imani All Mine by Connie Porter. Connie Porter is a young adult lit author, also an African American, and a creative writing teacher. Just a little bit of background info. Um, so, to start off with the book, it's a really, really hard emotional book. Just imagine growing up as a young mother, learning to raise a child in a ghettoized neighborhood with all the different struggles with gang violence and just schoolwork and trying to cope with just a whole bunch of different struggles that you wouldn't normally see in young adult lit. Uh, but for the summary, it's a hard one. Tasha, a 14-year-old girl, is raped and finds out that she's pregnant, and her mom actually finds out the day that she goes into labor. So right off the book, it hits you real hard. Um, so she has this child and falls in love with this child. She naturally wants to be a great mother for it. And in fact, her school, because the circumstances in this ghettoized neighborhood, it's got a nursery in it, as well as classes that young mothers are required to take about caring for your child. So she gets hooked up with that and starts to learn how to take care of this baby that she just absolutely loves. So while doing that, she's also dealing with all sorts of other stuff. Schoolwork starting to pile up because she has to be home all the time to take care of the baby. Then she's also trying to learn how to fall in love. There's this character Peanut that she really starts to take a liking to, and she has to struggle through that, find out what love really means, whether she's in love with Peanut. And unfortunately, it sort of splits up for some reason. But then she gets into a whole bunch of different struggles with her mom, because her mom starts dating again, which is hard on her. So she's struggling through that while still trying to take care of her baby and trying to figure out how to be a mother while also being a daughter, which is really hard because her mother's really critical. So she's just going through a lot of different things all at once, and as it goes through the novel, different things sort of pile on, with gang violence in her neighborhood, as well as her just emotionally trying to cope with all this stuff with her family, with schoolwork, with her friends, with trying to. I mean, she finds out that the person that raped her was in her school. So she tries to figure out whether she needs to be anonymous with this, whether she needs to tell anybody, and just that personal struggle as well as the social struggle all around her. But the book comes to a really, really surprising ending, really a hard ending that just shocks you and then picks you back up and then shocks you again. So not really a book for the faint of heart. My favorite part, though, she's taking these classes and she's trying to figure out how to be a mother. And one night she shakes her baby out of frustration for whatever reason. It was very uncharacteristic of her, but she shakes her baby, and then I think it's the next day she goes into school and they're talking about shaken baby syndrome, and she's just overwhelmed with guilt. She can't fathom why she would do that to her daughter, but she talks to the teacher about it and feels like she has to confess, and it's a really tragic personal moment for her, a feeling of defeat, really, where she comes to terms with the fact that she's not prepared for this. Some of her hopes are a little bit crushed through it, but overall, I think it was a very, very good character shaping moment that I really enjoyed. I would recommend this book to anybody who really, really wants a feeler. This one gets you. I'm not really one to respond so emotionally to a book, but this book definitely gets you. It's very serious. It's written well. So all in all, I'd say it's a good book. Definitely a little bit graphic if you're not looking for something that's going to be out there offensive. It doesn't hold its blows in any way. It's just very real, which I think makes it a really great book. But definitely recommend it to those out there who aren't afraid of that, who actually go towards the more tragic stories, but I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you.